Hey everyone, welcome to the Game Hacking Elective. My name's Blake, I'm a counselor in training right now, and I'm going into my junior year of high school, and I actually helped my team at high school win the lockdown competition at UB twice. I'm sorry if in the video I sound a bit off or nasally, or I left my fan blowing on me all night, and I'm paying the price. So Alec was on my team, so I know you guys were talking to Alec, and you guys have probably done Alec's project by now. So definitely don't hack his game. So game hacking is not all about making kids on the other side of your monitor rage. It's a lot of things. Game hacking teaches you about many things like assembly, which is one step up from binary, and virus analysis, and many other low-level concepts like pointers. When I say low-level concepts, like, I'm not talking ABCs in your first grade class. I'm talking really important, deep down, nitty-gritty stuff about your computer and your operating system. Which is why we're going to be using Cheat Engine. Cheat Engine is a tool that allows us to view the memory and the values inside of programs. Now, like I said, that the nitty-gritty details apply to your operating system. Cheat engines for Windows. If you're going to want to learn more about this, I highly suggest Windows is way better because it allows you to use Cheat Engine. Every single tutorial out there is for Cheat Engine. And then I would move over to Linux because I know that the tools in Linux exist, but they're a lot more harder to use. So part of Cheat Engine in Linux will be broken, so we'll be skipping a lot of parts. So if you see something that looks weird, it's probably wrong. So there's also videos like Guided Hacking and Live Overflow on YouTube that are very good at explaining like not only game hacking, but they do a lot of cybersecurity stuff. And I personally watch a Live Overflow all the time. And I've personally talked to the owner of Guided Hacking. So let's just hop into this. Hi, welcome to the instructions for how to set up the Game Hacking Elective. So on the screen right now, you should see a bit.ly link like the one is so. It'll be on your screen. Do not copy the one I'm using. So you have this bit.ly link. Just type it into your address bar and it'll redirect you to Mega. So what you're going to do is as soon as you go to Mega, just download this file. And we are going to save this file to the desktop. So it should have saved. We can just open it and then, oh, that's a different thing. So what we can do is just take this and drag it over to the desktop, which it's already over there. So what you're gonna have to do is you are probably going to have to, let me just open up a new terminal. You're probably going to have to chmod the file. So you should have learned this in another lesson. So we're going to cd to our desktop, we're going to sudo chmod, and I just do 770 because it's fast. And then we just do gencyber. And then what you're going to want to do is sudo su into root to become root user and then run this file. So then once you do that, it'll give you a game hacking folder. So game hacking. And then you can see we have our cheat engine in here. Hello and welcome to the Game Hacking Elective. So once you have everything set up, we are going to go into our file and then we are going to actually do a command called whine and then cheatengine.exe. So we're going to just whine this file, which allows Linux files to, or it's actually the other way around, allows Windows files to run on Linux. So while we wait for whine to work, so whine just may need to update like this. It'll only need to do this once. So this installation process will happen every single time, so just click OK. And you're just going to have to go through this installation. Just click decline or skip all. It really doesn't matter. Even if you accept, it won't do anything bad. I remember on my old computer, by clicking accept, I installed 100 viruses, but this is Linux, so it gets freaked out and it's running in line, so nothing bad can really happen. So you'll have to wait for it to do this every time. Good thing it's not long. So then we finish that up. So you might get this initial confirmation. Just click no, and then just click cancel. So once you get to this, you'll see this button in the top left flashing in like RGB. So this button up here allows you to switch the process or select the process that we're going to be hacking. So first you're going to want to click on help and then go to cheat engine tutorial. So then this is actually what we're going to be doing for now. We can minimize our terminal. So for the cheat engine tutorial, we can just open up our process selector and select the tutorial, and then we're all good. So just click next, and sometimes weird things might happen. Oh no, my VM froze. You know what? Okay, my VM's back from freezing. So now that we have this step 2 and we have our selected, what we have to do is we actually have to search for values in the memory section of the game. So what we're trying to do is we search for 100. So what we're first doing is this program scanning all the numbers that are 100. Then we're going to search all these numbers that we found, all of the 261 results. We're going to search all of those to check if all of those have updated. Now, one of them we updated to 95 by clicking hit me. So then we are done. We have our value, and we can literally just change this to 1,000 and complete the tutorial. So now you have something called the unknown initial value. It's where if you have a health bar like such. Now, we can't use numbers because we don't know what it starts with. So we go to scan type, and there's many scan types. You can search for bigger than, smaller than. All of these should be self-explanatory, or you can experiment with them. Value types are just types of data. So you got binary zeros and ones, bytes, which is 8 bits, and then 2 bytes, 4 bytes, 8 bits. A float is just a decimal number. A string is just letters stringed together, which is why it's called a string. So then what we're going to do is do the unknown initial search. We'll just keep it at 4 bytes. So we see that we decreased by 1. It tells us that we have decreased by 1. So we can actually do decreased value by, and then we can do 1. And then we can do it again, and then we can go to 10. Now we can see we have a few values. Now all 3 of these changed when we hit me. But what looks closest to our health would be this one right here, our 364. And the reason they did 364 is probably so you didn't search for 100 and keep decreasing. So what we can do is just set this to 5,000 to complete the tutorial again. So step 4 is now we are searching for floating points. So floating points and doubles are both decimal numbers, which means they're harder to scan for. So instead of searching for floating point double, I'm just going to search for all. You can be specific when you're searching. If you don't get any results, it's better to be more specific, but in this case it doesn't matter. So we're going to do a new scan. We have 300 results. So then we go to 94. Now we have our result. Now it should have gone to a decimal, as you can see, 94 point blah blah blah. So we'll now scan for our ammo. So now because I did all, we don't have to switch it, which is why I did all to double. So we don't have to go switch this to double. So we're going to fire, and we're going to go to 99.5. And red numbers in this list actually show numbers that have changed. So if you're looking for something, you can just scroll through here and look for a red number. And you can see there's a red number, but there was a red number. Yeah, 99.5. So here's actually our number. And we can see if I hit fire, we can see that it's changing. So now that we know both of our numbers, we set them to both 5,000. Now step 5 of the tutorial is actually broken. It does not work. And this is because if you look at the memory code of the game, the memory code shouldn't show up, and because it's running in wine, and my VM disconnected. Well, anyways, because it's running in wine, it just doesn't work. But I left there should be a game, there may or may not be a game, it's called Masks Lock. So this tests your skills with what you learned here, and it gives you a hint about what Mask is doing, and we need to know what he's up to. So we need your skills to figure out what is behind this locked file that he dropped on our system. And it's locked so that it's protected for him, and so the other campers can't get a hint, so you get the special information. So You need to go and figure that out. So, good luck on the game and happy hacking.